mad if we could get Lee.
What's poppin', people? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to, as I did say, weekly, second episode, weekly promo class, you know what I'm saying? Or should I put it with some episodes? Weekly promo class. Anyway, we move. But yeah, listen, we're here to talk about some wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jester again. And we'll be again for alarm bells for future content notifications, like, comment your way. Go check the socials, and inshallah you're well and satisfied wherever you may be. And also go check Jester. His ad should be on the title, actually, as a matter of fact. And if it's not, then I should. Yeah, it's already in the title. So go check him out. Speaking of, welcome.
So,
buddy.
What's going on? Welcome to promo class.
There you go.
What's on the agenda?
What's on the agenda? Actually, a lot's on the agenda, bro. A lot. So, obviously on the title, as you see, because I didn't want to make it the same thing. So,
Beautiful.
Roman, Seth.
I'm classic WCW, mate. So the big gold is mine.
Yeah. Oh, damn! Already lagging. Fantastic. This ain't good. I don't know if you hear me good, but it looks I have latency. So yeah. I was a bit worried. It's coming and going. Yep. Internet problems again, bro. It's mad. I wish there was a latency cable thing on my laptop. So you just place it, done. But unfortunately, they're a LAN cable, bro. But nope, they ain't none of that, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, man. Listen, I don't know what you were saying because you said WCW, and then I just
the titles. The way you've got the titles on the thumbnail. I'm a WCW hardcore, so big gold is my favorite belt. Like Gunther's belt is my favorite belt. And you've got that above my head, and you got the WWE one above your head.
Hey, listen, I mean, to be honest, Hano did it like that by design, so you're in luck. I didn't even I just told him to change that current one that I have that over there because he put the old one, the one with the black in the background, not the gold.
Yeah.
But that's only because it's current. But in reality, it's fucking awful. If I'm being honest, it's actually you have it behind you, but it's a toy. But
yes.
But anyway, I say we get it going because I do know you ain't got too much time compared to last week. I was saying Punk, Roman, Seth, man. Obviously on SmackDown, they had that promo segment. They had that brawl, which I found it sluggish personally. Um, and the match is official. They are facing off in a triple threat. But the
Mhm.
interesting question is, which I do think the answer is gonna be confirmed. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Is it main eventing? And the actual question of if is how is it going to be done? Um, Now, I wanted to get your thoughts, but before I let you have a say, I just wanted to say that I have a feeling this Punk favor has something to do with that main event.
Well, I agree there, 100%. But I don't think it will main event.
You don't.
No, because I think WWE is still going to go, and I know it's going to upset a lot of yous. It'll be Jay and Gunther night one, and Cena and Cody night two, in my opinion, for main events. Because I mean, technically, you win the Royal Rumble, you main event WrestleMania. If you're not going for the WWE title, yeah, I mean, like technically, but I don't know. I just feel with the way the Jey Uso stuff went the last few weeks that they're going to pull the plug. But I don't think Cena. I actually think maybe even Cena, Cena, Punk, Rollins, Reigns opens night. The Cena. Where am I going? Punk, Reigns, Rollins opens night one, maybe even. Because it'll be a fire match. It's one of the biggest stories, and we need the result of that match to know what's going to happen with some of the future stories. Like, I think the result of that match, regardless, will have an impact on the Cena Cody match, if that's what you were like referring to too.
Interesting.
So I think like even there's rumors too that even the third man with Cena and The Rock, and so like he would use his favor with Roman, get the match, probably pin Seth, and then help Cena win against Cody because of that promo way back when with Cody too, where he said, "I'm going to be the one that's coming for you. I'm going to be the shark circling you." And then if you think back to the classic pipe bomb, it was about The Rock and John Cena, and Punk comes back, and in that time, The Rock comes back, Cena comes back. He can't fight him anymore. What's there left to do? Join him as the ultimate heel to guarantee his main event in the same way that John Cena did? I don't know, bro. But I think we could be headed for another swerve. And I think it's definitely going to involve that triple threat. Like whether it be like even people think Seth might be the one to do it. Like Seth might be the one to join The Rock and Cena.
So you think this could like basic so if that's the case, so then I have another question on top since you made that point. So do you think the winner could place themselves in some sort of like a Cena Cody thing, like randomly,
Oh,
like
100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I could see that happening, especially if it's night one, especially early night one. I could see him.
You think Punk could insert that in the favor,
Insert
and
himself
then Roman
100%.
is like involved in that, and then The Rock gets involved, and it's sort of building up to the
100%.
following.
100%. And someone like Heyman could, in story wise, be used to implement that favor.
That favor, if that happens, that is abs, bro. I'm
I
not
could
gonna
see
lie.
it
That
happening, bro. And
happens.
that would be fire. That would be fire. It'd add in a third unknown element. I'd actually, I wouldn't mind that. Say if it would come down to Cody, Punk, Cena, and Cena still wins being a dog, I wouldn't mind that.
Bro, if they do that, I'm not gonna lie, it would actually save a lot of the stuff, bro. I mean, okay,
It'd
so
make
Cena
the
Cody.
match, like the dynamics of the match,
Yeah,
crazy
it would
too.
save the main event thing because you know what? As much as I try to defend the main event, or not main event, it's not even confirmed yet. I think it will be, but again, if I'm wrong, I'll take it. I don't mind. But the thing is, right? This Roman Seth Punk thing, I feel like it's done out of like long-term hatred that was being done over a decade. That's what I was trying to explain to Hannah yesterday during the Raw watch along. Because I'm sure you know when Punk was the guy, and he mentioned it on Raw actually. Um, he brought them into the company.
The
when they
Shield,
were
yeah,
the Shield.
yeah.
Exactly.
And he wanted Cassius Ohno instead of Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, that's
Chris
that.
Hero. He wanted Chris Hero too instead of Roman Reigns, so that could absolutely be used in the storyline too.
Exactly. And then remember when Punk got released, funny enough, during his wedding day, right? I remember he was saying stuff on Twitter. Roman didn't like what was being mentioned. Neither did Seth. And Seth and Punk had a go at one another. Roman was like one of those like, yeah, I don't like him. He said one thing and then
Yeah, he
never
kind of
said
stayed
anything.
out of it. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Roman was one of them ones like that was more mature in the situation compared to Seth. Seth was like, I'll have a go at this guy. And it got to a stage in which even Punk said that guy needs to focus less on being on Twitter and focus more on being in the ring. Remember when he was in that Fox thing that they were doing? I don't remember what that show was called, but yeah, man, listen, I think there is hatred there, which is why there's no need really for like them being heels. Actually, for me, I think Seth should turn heel, but like even if he's not, it's not the end of the world compared to other scenarios. Um, but I just feel like if your thing is true, it would add a kick to the whole thing. It like add an oomph to it. So, hey, listen, I hope that you're correct. Put it that way. Because I
Either
didn't
way,
think.
I think whoever wins that triple threat, it's going to be huge because where do they go from there is at the end of the story. Like whoever wins that triple threat has to insert themselves into the world title picture. Like that's just
Yeah, but you know what I was gonna say before you came up with that whole scenario? I was thinking maybe not Punk, Heyman betrays Roman, and because he betrays Roman, Punk takes advantage and actually pins Roman too. Um, but but I don't know. I mean, my way of thinking was maybe they'd start a feud from that Mania with Roman Punk for SummerSlam or something like that. But
that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did with Punk and Lesnar. Literally.
yeah, but with Money
WrestleMania,
in the
the
Bank,
turn happened at WrestleMania, and then the feud went all the way to SummerSlam. It
no, it was a Money in
was
the
the
Bank.
exact
I
same
remember.
thing.
It was Money in the Bank. It was Money in the Bank. Because remember that Mania, Punk
No, the
faced him.
Summer of Punk, but I mean, it's Lesnar and Punk was SummerSlam.
Yeah, the match was in SummerSlam, but it didn't start from Mania. It started from Money in the
Oh
Bank.
yeah.
Because remember,
The
Punk
Summer of
faced
Punk.
Taker, and then he went off in hiatus for a bit. He
Yeah,
came back
the earn
in
match.
Chicago
Yeah.
Payback, and then that's when he was trying to chase the title with Money in the Bank.
But
Yada yada yada.
I think we're going to have him heel again, no matter what. And I think,
Bro, I don't mind it. I'm here for it.
I think heel Punk's best Punk. So
I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
But yeah, that could be a good pick too. Where Roman goes from there, I don't know. But as I said last week, Roman doesn't need to do a thing. Literally doesn't need to do a thing. Doesn't need to put anyone over. Doesn't need to be in a feud. He's like Randy Orton. Like he doesn't. When you spend 4 years being champion, you've done, every single story there is until there's new people up and coming. There's no stories for you.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts.
Like Roman doesn't have to show up to work, bro, when you've been the champion for 4 years straight. You beat everyone. There's no stories left. Punk is the only one. And the story is richer because of the Paul Heyman thing. Imagine WrestleMania, they're having that match and Brock Lesnar's music plays.
Yeah, but that's not happening now.
I know it's not.
But if that happened, my days, bro. Could you imagine if that happened, bro? That would be,
it leaves Seth exactly like, bro, they don't give a shit where it leaves Seth. And I'm a massive Seth fan, but Seth's been playing third, fourth, fifth fiddle for 2 years, bro.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Like I know he acts like he doesn't like this, but bro, the actions for me says that he don't care. Like I feel like all this that he's saying.
No, because he's getting paid fucking well, and around the world, he's known as the workhorse. He knows, the fans know that he's the guy.
Realistic. That's realistic. The workhorse thing. That's realistic. Like when he says
he knows. He doesn't have to. He knows they love him. When he comes out and they're doing the music, bro, he's over his shit. If he got inserted into a world title opportunity, he try to make the most of it. But I think he knows. Like the company are just looking at dudes who can get them on other TV shows and dudes who can get them on Jimmy Fallon, and you know what I mean. And Seth isn't that guy. Like, not at least until Becky comes back and bumps up both of their exposure. Like,
Yeah. By the way, Zane, this is why Jester is bringing up the idea of the whole potential, what you call it, main event out of the whole situation. This is why.
Yeah.
It's because of, you know what I mean? So, hey, listen, it'll be very interesting if that was the case, personally, because
there's so many options for that one match, bro. And then the impact that it has on everything else moving forward. Like, it's a reset button. You know, whoever wins that match, it's like a reset button. The winner moves on, the losers get reset.
Yeah, but bro, they need to do better with on Friday, because apparently on Friday they have a contract signing. Punk's mentioned it on Raw.
Yeah, right? that should not be happening.
Well,
straight up,
they are. Well,
contract signings should only happen for championship matches, and even that's done to the death.
But in my opinion, I think contract signings, I got bored of them. You know why?
They're the dumbest thing in the world. The dumbest thing. The Adam Pearce stuff was funny yesterday.
It was. No, don't get it twisted. You see, for that context, it made sense because she signed on that thing, whatever. It made it okay. But in general, okay, you have two men, or women, whatever, or three, whatever, sign a contract. Okay, you literally confirmed the match before. So why do you need a contract signing for it?
Yeah, and all a contract signing is a
like
a bad promo where someone gets put through a table. Yeah, I know. It's an old trope of wrestling that needs to die out.
I think that one needs to die out. Yeah,
and we've had what, 2 of them in 2 weeks already, and we're getting the third next week.
Wait, which one? Wait, so we had the Ripley, Bianca, Io.
Oh yeah, sorry. The promo lasted 2 weeks. Yeah, because he came out with it again. Yet.
So he said 2 of the same.
Because it still wasn't wrapped up. You know what I mean? Like, just because, and I love the way Pearce was like, just because you sign your name on a contract that's stated between 2 people, it doesn't mean you're in the fucking match. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
like,
we will get to that. Yeah, we will get to that.
Once, you know, logic was used in a fucking wrestling thing, and I was.
You did complain about that last week. To be fair, you did complain about that last week. I can't lie. You did complain.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, bro. You know, fucking the next CEO, of whatever business, is gonna go sign his contract. You walk in there, you boot the fucking door down, you sign the fuck. This is my company now. You know, like, it doesn't work like that. Like. But anyways, it's fire, bro. Like this, they have a habit too of using Seth to open manias to get fire matches. So I generally still think that 3-way is going to open night 1. I think it's going to open night 1, and then we'll be left thinking at the end of night 1. Will it have any impact on night 2, etc.? It'll be like you won't hear from whoever wins it, a Punk or a Rollins or Reigns or whatever. And then, some way through that main event, when all the interference is kicking in, the winner of that match is going to come play their part.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What? And obviously, we're going to talk about it next. What impact does it have on... Or actually, we may as well mix match both of them. What impact does it have with the John Cena...
Well, as you said, a potential triple threat, which I haven't
No.
I just thought about long-term after.
No, but what I was going to get to, if it gets to the triple threat, what impact does it do for John Cena and him trying to get 17? We know Cody's losing that title regardless.
He still gets it.
Oh, so he just go through more hell to get it.
Yeah, and essentially just be put up against more faces. You know, especially if it's Punk or if it's any one of them 3, they're going to be cheered as a face, no matter what they do to win that match. Like, no matter what those boys do to each other night 1, whoever wins it, unless it's, I don't know. Like, Roman could cheat to win, and he's not going to get booed. Punk maybe, Rollins definitely, right? But it's Rollins who'd just be like, and they just laugh at him like, yeah, we expected that. But in terms of them, any one of them 3, going into the main event, the people are still going to cheer for Cody and the one of them three and boo John Cena.
Yeah.
No matter which one of them three goes through. And we know it's only going to be Punk or Reigns if it happens.
Yeah.
Which adds so much, especially if it's Punk. It adds so much more.
It's more likely to be Punk than Reigns. It's more likely to be Punk than Reigns.
Yeah, so do I. I think he's going to sell his soul for his main event.
So but here's the problem. The problem is so if you remember, Punk cut that promo on both of them, the Raw following Elimination Chamber, and he targeted Rock and Cena.
As you lie there, I want you to think about. I remember it,
bro. I'm gonna tell you now, bro. If that guy sells his soul to The Rock, then that promo segment, even though it cooked, my days on the bin. Oh my, in the bin, bro. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to address all that.
Still be the greatest promo of all time.
Oh no! Listen, I have some clips from it.
Yeah, but isn't that the point of any time a wrestler truly sells their soul? John Cena's telling us to give up. John Cena's telling us we can see him.
Well, the guy said he's going to try to ruin the wrestling industry as a whole by taking that championship into retirement.
That's not John Cena, the real person, but the gimmick, the character right now, fucking A. He already was ruining wrestling, wasn't he? According to all the marks and shit. So I think it's I think no matter. I think the Punk thing is absolutely the most likely scenario. And because I think both Reigns and Rollins have way less story in the match involving Cena. Punk is the only one that has story with both.
That's what he's saying, by the way. So he's saying, I think Seth Rollins is WWE's best trump card here because no one is expecting him in a Punk, Cena, Roman, Cody storyline because he's actually feuded.
Yeah, but that's also why I think that he's not going to be involved at all. Seth's just been for about 4 years straight now. Come WrestleMania, Seth's been filling a spot for about 4 years straight now. Getting to WrestleMania, Seth has been filling a spot on the card. That's all he's been doing.
Plus, he's been doing too much last year as well. So I don't think they want to do that too much.
Yeah, he had the biggest year next to Cody Rhodes. Him, Cody, and Jay had the most matches of the year.
There you go.
So yeah, but he's their workhorse, and he does need time off, and he does have his kid at home. And Becky will be back soon, which means he might be at home a bit more. Can't have both of them on the road all the time unless the kid's going to come with them.
I think they've done that before, and that's tough in itself. So hey.
And they both have said they don't want to live like that. Like they don't want to. They don't want the kid to be traveling like that, basically. Can come and go, but as it is, man, like even we got Alexa back before we got Becky back. Carmella retired before we got Becky back. So like this having a kid thing these days in the women's wrestling, like some of them, depending on when they do it, you know, they'll give it a good few years, and others are trying to get back as fast as they can. Look at Peyton Royce; she retired because of it. But Alexa, when you look at it, like Becky had her baby before Alexa. You know, like Alexa came back relatively quick. Carmella wasn't ready to come back at all. And I think Becky and Seth are both near 40 now, bro. You know, like they're.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything. And everyone wants Becky back. I love Becky, bro. She kills me. But what the fuck is there left for Becky to do? When you turned her into the man, like there was no path left for her unless she was fucking punching on with men. Like, you know, before Rhea, they had Becky being. So it's just like when you're at that point in your career, like people always go on about Orton. What's there to do for Orton? Doesn't have to do a fucking thing, bro. Let Orton stay at home and tap his missus, man, and make TikToks with his kids and shit. Like, the dude's.
He can do some things with the newer guys.
100% he could. All I want, like I said, Carmelo Hayes is really there, but you need future stars. You need these NXT kids to be around for a few years, or you need someone to try and become a legend killer. But the point I'm saying is, don't put people in feuds because they got nothing to do. When they're the caliber of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, you don't like. They don't need to, and like to just put a match on a card, like a one-on-one match. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even think it's. If there ain't some actual fucking prestige or something on the line there, then it's not really even worth it for the dream matches, because the dream matches have all happened. So just, but that's just my saying on that. Like, that's getting way off topic. But I would love it to be Seth. I would, but it's just they strapped the rocket to him when he became corporate Seth, and they did that because they were fucking shattered by injuries and shattered by people who'd walked away. Punk, Bryan, Triple H was retiring, Batista wasn't there. Like they lost a lot of people, right? And they couldn't rely on Cena anymore. And they made Punk the guy. It was the corporate era, right? Like, and he was the guy. And he went through it and did it all. But like all the marks will be like, oh, but it was given to him. You know, the champ, the corporate champ. Like, hello, it's wrestling. Everything is given to them. But they have to be the character or whatever. That was the last time Seth was a genuine main eventer. That was about 6 years ago.
Mad. Yeah.
Right? I think that time since, he's reinvented himself about 4 times. He's been heel face, heel face, heel face. Like he's the new Big Show. He's so good as a heel that when he goes heel, people just cheer him. Like, you know, when he goes nuts, people just cheer him.
You know what?
Like,
Can I give you an answer to why? His theme music.
Even before the theme music. Roman Reigns. The Roman Reigns Royal Rumble match, bro. The Roman Reigns Royal Rumble match when he was laughing in Reigns' face.
Yeah, but he had that theme music, and then when
he
was under his skin, he wore the shield thing, and it brought back. So that's the element of it, and they hated Roman at the time.
Yeah, but it's not just theme music, bro. Like it's Seth Rollins. It's the fucking look of him, the way he comes out, the people that want to punch him. It's he did it all. Like it wasn't just the music. He had to conduct them before the music became popular. It's like Shinsuke.
But it gave him an oomph, bro. You have to understand, right? You can be good all you want.
Seth Rollins already had that oomph, bro. He was a part of the Shield, and he got picked by the corporation. Like I disagree.
Yeah, but you can be a big guy and still get
booed. Man.
Bro, there's a reason why John Cena's cutting a promo talking about why he felt like got disrespected for 25 years. You know what I mean? Because of the days back in 2009, 2010s, 2011s, 2012s.
Yeah, it would have been when you were a kid. You would have thought he was the greatest thing in the world, and I was the teenager that was like, I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Bro. But no, but when
100%. I was there. I lived it.
Yeah, you lived it because exactly. But for me, I had to look through all these clips again.
But I don't hold it. I actually don't hold that against him at all now. The older you get, you realize that he was the greatest thing to wrestling in the last 20 years, and you start to like even. I mean, I got a Rey Mysterio mask sitting here, and when I was a kid, I fucking idolized Rey Mysterio. And if you don't look at that guy and go, he's such an inspiration, you're just ignorant and fucking. You just don't like happiness, basically. If you look at something like that and you're like, fuck that, that's not for me, like because he's making kids smile, like you know what I mean. So yeah, I completely agree. Cena is. I hated it back then, bro. I hated it, but like the thugonomics, the build up to all that. He was the man, bro. When he was battle rapping Eddie Guerrero, fucking Big Show, Booker T, all that shit, that was the shit. By the time he was fighting Brayshaw for the world title, I was like, I'm already over this.
Brother, just quickly, so I can get people involved. First of all,
I'm tired of Shinsuke. I love Shinsuke. He's one of my all-time favorites ever. They buried Shinsuke about 4 years ago. Same with Finn, to be honest. But Shinsuke's done, and I would like Shinsuke to leave WWE and either go back to New Japan for a final tour, because there's a few dream matches left for him there, or go to AEW so we can finally get one more Okada match. But other than that, he ain't going to do both because he's getting paid a fuckload amount of money to barely work and surf in America, and that's all he wants to do. He loves surfing. So I think Shinsuke's staying put, but yes, 100%. His work rate's gone, the character work's gone. Oh, Omar, big ups, bro. Sorry, mate.
You didn't even know of it.
Big ups, Omar.
But anyway, Yeah.
Big ups everyone, mate.
Yeah, but and hey, listen, like Eunice said, before we move on, you know what to do. Yeah. Now,
Smash the likes, you frauds.
and yeah, exactly. Don't be frauds. Now, we need to move on, bro, because it's been 30 minutes in, actually.
Yeah, but honestly, though, that was the biggest topic and talking point of the week. 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Cena, Cody as well, similar things. I mean, Cena just dissing the, what you call it, the crowd.
Oh, bro, I felt it was the exact same.
It's similar,
promo.
yeah.
Like, I really like
Cody
it.
then controlling the whole.
Cody's was better. Like, I actually thought Cody, like, rather than even just his one line answer last week was brilliant. You know, stop being a whiny little bitch. Like, it was brilliant. But this week, I thought, like, Cody had a lot more to say, and it was like I thought Cena just did more of the same. You know what I mean? There was nothing new added to it.
No, there was one thing. He talked about why he wants to take the 17th title.
Ric Flair. Fuck Ric Flair. Piece of shit.
I laughed my ass
Let's
off.
go. Fucking wipe him out. Wipe his dick on his face, Cena.
Let's do it. Because they were dissing him for that. Which, by the way, I think it's overhated. Personally,
I hate the spinner.
You hate the spinner, but again, I think it's overhated, but it's not the best title.
I remember even Edge back then. I fucking loved Edge, man, and the Rated R Superstar spinner was just like it was a toy. Like Cena's spinner was a toy, but the Rated R Superstar spinner was like, what the fuck? That's not a world title.
Yeah. I like the Cena one more because it actually should represent WWE at least.
But I love, you know what I mean, though. But that belt made Edge. That belt made him. Like, that was the era where he got a made man, and all I can remember is him holding that fucking stupid belt.
But I'm glad Cena used that hatred towards that title as a reason to now say, all right, when I win that title, I'm now going to take it and retire with it, and you're going to have to make a whole toy like your one back there.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Hey, you know what I mean? So, hey, listen.
And technically now, too, the title is still unified. Like, it's still the two titles.
But it's in one.
But he's walking around with one. Yeah, I know. But it still carries the lineage of both. And yeah, like they could get rid of it, bro. I think they should. I hate the fucking WWE logos. I hate that the titles are just the WWE logo. What's going on, Ming? I hate that it's just a big. All the belts are the same now. Every single fucking belt is the same. It's just the WWE logo on a square.
I understand it, but that's why I like the World Heavyweight one because at least they kept like some sort.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The big gold is the best title ever, bro. It's the best title ever. It's a redesigned work, big gold, but 100%. You know, like the one that Ric Flair made famous, DDP, Goldberg, Booker T, Sting, and then later on, like the one I most remember in WWE with it was Triple H. Like, you know, Evolution, Triple H, like big gold, man.
100, yeah, man. But yeah, listen, Cody, I mean, bro, with Cody, I mean, at some stage you're gonna have, I need two things coming out of the London show. One, I need Cena to absolutely say something to Cody while Cody's in the ring. And two, I'm intrigued to see if anything of The Rock will be mentioned. Because remember when he turned on Cody, Rock was there. Now, you know, good thing that you mentioned your scenario earlier because he's not mentioning The Rock. Did he even what do you say? Sell his soul to The Rock? Or did he just do it for himself? And then the other guy is selling his soul. Like you said, maybe Punk would do it. Like, again,
he's done it.
More questions than answers.
He has done it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like but he has, because essentially, you know, I guess what the deal was between him and Rock, no matter what, was that you'll get your main event. You know, you'll get another shot. I mean, he still had to win the Elimination Chamber. So, like, and it's not like there was interference and shit. And it was everything that happened after that was like the turn.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Seth and the Cena thing because, I mean, Seth and Punk, because it's like, did Cena win? You know what I mean? Like, so then that adds in Seth could turn because technically he helped fucking Cena win it. So yeah, there's credence everywhere, bro. Like in terms of, I think those two matches are intertwined. I think I hadn't even thought of the triple threat, bro. to be honest. I just thought of an interference at the end, you know, like that it would be whoever fucking over Cody, and Cena wins, and it's just like a statement to Cody, you know, like, and if it's The Rock or Cena or whatever, Punk.
Yeah.
If Punk, if it's Punk and Punk helps Cena win, just like The Rock helped, like it's like it changes wrestling. You know what I mean? Cena turning heel changes wrestling. Punk aligning with Cena and The Rock is the third man. Like the Outsiders and Hulk Hogan. It's bigger than the third man. Like as it was, Cena's turn is likened to the third man, but there is no third man. It's just him and The Rock.
Yeah.
But if Punk turns and makes that happen, like it will literally be fucking the great man himself. It'll be his fucking final promo with John Cena happening in fucking real life, mate. We'll be seeing NWO third man, fucking Punk, Cena, The Rock. And The Rock is literally like the one who took the baton off of Hulk Hogan all those years ago. So, man, we could even see that. I could see them doing that. You know how much money they'd make if they brought back the NWO and it was them three wearing the shirts? I'd fucking be marking out. And I don't want The Rock in no NWO, bro, but Cena and Punk? Oh.
It's like a Cena Punk duo. Matt.
It's like Macho Man and Hulk Hogan being bad guys as a tag team.
Interesting. But by the way, here the question for about. I mean, we'll talk on that actually next, technically, because we will talk.
I love Grayson Waller, and he was hilarious during the match. I love Grayson Waller.
That's what we're going to talk about next, actually, because it involves the title that's above your head, the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso, Gunther, blah blah blah. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to move on to. Now, you can talk on Grayson Waller quick, but yeah, just want to let you know.
Kid's a gun. He's not technically gifted. Like he can wrestle, but he's not like
on the mic.
He's not someone who's gonna, he's not someone who's gonna come in and suplex the shit out of someone and fucking have a free for all. He's more of an MJF type guy. He's not as stacked as MJF, but he's more of a does what's necessary. He does have some fancy shit, but his mic work, his character work, his Twitter work, if they let him rip, like in the Netflix era, he could be what John Cena was fucking 20 years ago when they were letting him be the Doctor of Thugonomics. Like if they let Grayson Waller get a microphone and say the things he says on Twitter, he'll get a reaction, bro.
He's already getting some sort of
but he's funny. The way he is with the chicks is funny. Like I can't help. Like it's not something I encourage, but it's funny. Like even the Scotland shit, and he's been going on about the Scotland. He's been calling him Shrek for a long time in Scotland. And then, when he goes out, he's like, I'm sorry. You just don't all look like Shrek. There's some donkeys out there.
Donkey, man. Yeah, man.
He used to be called Mark Waller. His whole gimmick, if you haven't already noticed, they changed his name in WWE. His whole gimmick, he's meant to be an Australian Mark Wahlberg. Look at him. He's Marky Mark. Literally Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, bro. Like, he even, when he fought down here, he had like almost like the American style boxer themed. He's meant to be Marky Mark, bro. Even the fact that his name was Mark Wahlberg, like, and he looks like him. You look at him, he looks like Mark Wahlberg. But he played that, just that real pretentious, arrogant, cocky prick that says anything, and it took him probably 2-3 years of work over here before he got noticed, and boom, he was done. Like he was signed so fucking quick, bro, as soon as he got, and young. There's been a lot of guys over here working for a long time and barely got signed and got no shoe in, so he deserved it. He earned it. He's good friends with Indy too.
Yeah, I noticed that, by the way. I noticed. Every time I see clips of them on social media partying together and stuff, You know, I mean, it's just mad. They even do what you guys do. I think in Australia it's called the shoey.
The shoey, yeah, they are very. He's so fucking bogan, but yeah, she's a bit of a bogan too. But yeah, the shoey's disgusting, bro. That's fucking.
Bro, can I just say I am so against the shoey, bro. I could never.
I don't. Daniel Ricciardo, bro. Daniel Ricciardo started it. Like I've never done one. I would never do one, bro. Like I don't know what my feet are like after a full days of work, man. It's disgusting.
Nasty. So you've never tried it. So you've never tried it.
No, I've never had a shoey, bro. Never had a shoey, mate.
Yeah, I would. That's
you'd have to fill a fucking stripper's boot with like cocaine and fucking Chardonnay for me to have a fucking shoey, bro. Like,
yeah, never.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, well, I rate Waller, boys, so I rate him. And I can't wait for the turn either, because Austin Theory was like over as fuck like 2 years ago. And he's an incredibly talented wrestler who does some very hilarious kind of character work too. Like he's an airhead. He plays the airhead well. Remember the way back in NXT and shit. And long before Austin Theory came to WWE, he was basically on the indie roster as like the next Kenny Omega, like some dude who would like do the flips, do the kicks, he could wrestle. He was Evolve's main guy. So like seeing where they're at and what, like they're drawing it out. Like if it doesn't happen at Mania, it's never going to happen. But I think it's going to happen at Mania. Like it'll be some pre-show segment or something like that or whatever. But I think it's going to happen at Mania.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
But I rate it.
Or maybe it could be, you know, in Mania how sometimes they do like these segments. Like how
that's what I mean. Like it'll be like a back one. They'll be talking to a celebrity or whatever.
They announce the
crowd. Yeah,
attendance record. Maybe Waller could be the guy that announces the attendance record. Him in theory, and something happens there. Who knows? But
but I mean, like, do you remember the NXT crowd when they were literally like, "Turn on him, turn on him, turn on him"? Like. Everybody wants it, bro.
It should have happened ages ago. That's why.
It should have. It should have already happened. Yes, but they are ridiculously entertaining as a tag team. Like as a dumb shit heel, dumb shit tag team, they're very funny. They're very funny. I like.
Anyway,
rate it. Don't rate the match. Didn't rate the match.
I was gonna get to. Here's the thing. So we talked about how it could have been Joe Hendry because he's Scottish, being the mystery partner.
We got worked, bro. We got
but
worked.
You know, but can I tell you something though? After what happened, not after the match exactly, but later on in the show, I actually don't mind that it's Jimmy Uso.
Because of the promo bit later on, and
and I will get to that in a second. But the match itself, I agree with you. I was not really moved by it. Although I have to say, a lot of people are talking about the Jey Uso botch. Now
he didn't botch. He didn't. Botch.
No. The people assume it's a botch. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. They're fucking idiots. I seen the internet, bro. I wanted to explode on them. Like it was so
IWC are a bunch of.
It was so obvious, man. Like even the way Gunther after was like, if that was legit, wrestlers don't do that to each other. They don't highlight a fucking botch of someone else's. They don't show it on camera. Like, it was
Just all you have to do is listen to this, and it sums up everything. Done.
Randy Orton, Kofi. Stupid! I do it when I'm racing all the... You stupid!
Just say that to the internet community. Just say that to the internet wrestling community. Done.
Oh, bro, they shit me. They shit me to tears, man. It's why I think even with some of you guys, I have to try and tell you what the difference is between an actual opinion and the current IWC opinion. Because the IWC, as much as they think they own the internet and own wrestling, they're about 5% of the actual fucking fan base that is into wrestling. And they literally exist just on the internet to argue with each other about whose wrestling is better. Like it's anybody who stays out of all that just watches wrestling and enjoys it. If they like it, they like it.
That's me. I don't go, bro. I don't.
You know, like
funny. The IWC stuff. I don't even look at it. So I have sometimes.
I'm in a few dirt sheds I've admined a few wrestling channels. I've been banned from a few wrestling channels for opinions. Like I've had my time. But I still like, at least in terms of like a a scheduled regular catch up on an episode of something, it's pretty easy to go to a dirt sheet or like 434 pro wrestling, MMA news, stuff like that, like to just get a rundown of what's happened over the last 24 hours, etc. Other than that, What Culture on YouTube, What Culture and Cultaholic, they're the main two that I watch in terms of like other people's non-internet wrestling community based opinions, people who actually like wrestling, who are there to like wrestling, not just hate it at all and have it cater to their personal preferences, which I think international, it's actually, I think that fan in general, like stuff on TV, football, wrestling, I think the fan in today's society wants everything to be their way. Like if it's not, they're gonna fucking, I'm so upset and this is what I'm gonna type about why I'm upset, and if everyone doesn't agree with me, I'm gonna tell you all to get fucked. That's everybody. Like about everything.
Don't get it. Sometimes I'm like that in football, but the thing is as well, sometimes like eventually you're gonna think about it and you're like, you know what, maybe that other person was right, maybe not. I think part of the reason why they are like this though, part of the reason why they're like, a lot of people are like this, is because they're trying to stick to their own idea. Because if they don't stick to their own idea, you just end up thinking like, oh, you're a flip-flop or this, even though you call
100%. You're a fucking shit.
You know what I mean?
You're a shit.
But in reality, if you justify why you changed your mind, you're not really a flip-flop. Because a flip-flop, a flip-flop is the type of guy that switches for the sake of switching, not because you switch for a reason. If you have a reason to switch, then it's fine. I think that's where the misconception happens with a lot of fans, and not just wrestling, not just football.
They get stuck in their way. Like it's probably
the same as NBA, NFL, NHL, blah blah blah, cricket.
They'll die on their hill. They'll stick their flag in, and they'll die on their hill regardless of.
Too many extremes, bro. Too many extremes.
Yeah. I agree. It's killing everything, bro. Like it's toxic as fuck with wrestling now.
I actually think in wrestling it's worse than in football.
I know. I'd say I would agree. I would say,
worse, bro,
I would say wrestling's damn near the number one. Gaming would be the number two, and then movies would be number three. Like especially all the Disney stuff, Marvel. Nah, but it is, bro. Like I'm a nerd, man. All the stuff that's been coming out over the last 10, 15, 20 years, like the way people would just, a trailer comes out and they will just fucking pick it apart, bro. Oh, this is that, and it's like 2 minutes of a possible.
I think wrestling is worse than football, but I think football is one of them.
That's what I think the wrestling community as a whole, the IWC, and
they're the worst of the worst, bro.
I think they're the worst. I do.
Bro, you see with football, right? It takes like something to trigger something, but it's not like
wrestling football, fans are triggered.
No. Like in football, it's not to a point in which they're gonna go overboard unless it's like a black person, right? But with wrestling, it doesn't matter who you are. They're coming for your neck. Bro.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree there.
With wrestling, one minor thing, bro. Look at Jey Uso, for example, bro.
Yeah, I know. 15 years of like Jimmy said, you've been hitting that dive for 15 years.
Bro, he's being compared to AJ Francis, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's fucked. I know. The flop dollar. I know,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and they forgot that he won the Royal Rumble.
I know.
He won the Royal Rumble.
It's just them though, bro. Like it's just this.
They forgot that they were happy about it.
It's just this, and they think they're the majority. It's just this minor percentage of people that are, basement dwellers, neck bearded, living at home with mum, afraid to talk to a girl. It's those type of guys that are like they're just infuriating. Like they want to. If it's not their way, then it isn't any way to do it at all, and they will go on the internet and scream it until the top of their. You know what I mean? Like,
by the way, and then there's another thing I need to point out with the football side. The football side, and you've seen it in League Gunners channels, you've seen it in Northside channels, you've seen it all the
viral, bro. Absolute viral.
No, but here's the thing, right? What's the thing they call out? Toxic positivity. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're so toxic and negative, bro. In wrestling, it's not. Forget about toxic and negative, bro. They'll just curse you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I call out toxic positivity when it comes to what I do, gaming and racing and shit like that.
And bro, forget toxic positivity, bro. Everybody is just on one another's neck, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's non-stop
it's like
knives
toxic,
out.
Toxic.
Non-stop knives
bro.
out. I know. The way they speak to each other, I know, man.
Bro, beyond that, bro.
Even my missus stopped following a lot of wrestling channels a long time ago because I mean she's a female and the way wrestling fans are.
Bro, it's so much of a cesspool. Wrestlers are calling it out, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
Late, 100%.
But
at the same time, when they do that, like the person that gets the retweet or whatever, it'd be like, oh, whatever, who cares? Got their attention, haha. Like, you know what I mean? Bro, they'd be craving the attention from the wrestlers, bro.
Bro, who was it? I think Jade Cargill, and it's an AEW related one, but when she was called out, she starts like cursing out one YouTuber, if I'm not mistaken.
There's actually there's a lot going on right now between Sasha and a YouTuber for something very similar. She actually got a YouTuber removed from a place that she was wrestling at, and he was set to do commentary. And
I think I know he is. Is that JD?
She got him removed. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't follow him.
I watch him.
She got him removed from commentary on a paid gig because of some stuff. Yeah, like so. That's 100%.
I'm not gonna lie though. I do watch him.
Like I hate him. I think he's a toxic person. Who has such a platform now, and he feeds off of toxicity. He spreads his opinion as if it is the only thing, and because he's got a fuckload of people who pander to him, he literally is the guy who has the international wrestling community watching him. He's one who will cry and whinge and complain if it's not the way he wants it to be.
Oh, no, I get that point, but one thing I will give to him, to be fair to him, and hey, if you're watching this, hey, listen, I'm not defending you just for the sake of defending. Because I'm the type of guy that's real, yeah. Well, it don't matter if some guy's with me. All of a sudden, I'm not gonna agree with everything that he said because I know he's the type of guy to respond for that reason. I don't care. But I will say this: the only thing I don't like about him is when he talks like ill about Saudi events and that. But other than that, the reason why
the way
I don't mind him as much is
and I've got a problem with some of it with your guys. The way they talk about women, I can't do it. I'm sorry. And I know it's going to be different with you and me in the future.
No. We can talk about that later, and I'll give you a whole context. Maybe then you'll understand. But
I don't know. I don't think I need it, and I don't think I want to hear it, to be honest.
Brother, I think it's a whole misunderstanding. This is why I'm sure misunderstanding.
It is lost in translations between two different worlds, but even still, bro, I can't. Like even the Liam stuff with Rhea calling her a man. Like he doesn't like the first thing that he says out of his mouth when Liam called Rhea a man.
Yeah, but that's Liam. That's not me.
Hang on. Just one thing. Wrestlers should be judged on their wrestling ability, their character work,
and promo ability.
First and foremost, their wrestling ability. When it comes to these females, all of them, between all of yous. That's not what you're judging. All right. And to say that a female wrestler that someone else loves is shit because they don't appeal to what you find attractive how is that proving that someone's a bad?
I agree with you. I'm not.
No, I know. No, in terms of I literally like when it comes to women, right? Like even men. Do any of us talk about what the dude looks like? Do any of us?
Because they're men.
They're all ugly motherfuckers. Yeah? Yeah? So why should any of these women, though, in terms of they're there to wrestle, why should it matter what they look like? And someone like Rhea, to think someone like Rhea is ugly.
Brother, Jester, hear me out. It's because there are another sex. That's it. If it was a woman judging a woman.
I know, but
Bro, I'm just being honest. I'm not even, bro. I agree with you. Yeah, like you, bro. Again, if you want, I'll explain to you the whole thing. Cause, bro, we're not doing it in the show. Yeah, we're really not. And it's a whole misconstrued thing. But what I was gonna say about him is,
I don't care what they look like, bro. I mean, Piper Niven wrestles for WWE. Is you gonna say she's a shit wrestler?
Brother, I actually think she's underrated. Again, you're missing one.
I'm not. It's not your point. No, I'm not. It's something that I just said when it comes to them, the women, and certain opinions of it. Like, you seem to be hypocritical. Like, you're all oohing and ahhing over Bianca, right? Because she's a black bitch with a big booty. But I just think there's a little bit of a hypocritical nature in terms of the women that you're allowed to, like, pump up and then not allowed to pump up. And then when you say, well, hang on, what's bad about them? They get judged by their looks straight away. That's, well, I'm not talking, like, I don't, I'm asking you what's bad about their wrestling. And the first thing you reply is that they look like a man or whatever. Like, I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, I know, Jester. I understand. But I'm trying to tell you, this is not, because I don't know if you're trying to say that's an issue in my part of the world, but it's an issue.
No, I think it's an issue. I think it's an issue in the world. Full stop. I think that the international wrestling community is like that.
Worldwide issue. I don't think this is, because this whole story with you saying you don't like about that. And again, I can address that later.
I think when people criticize Rhea Ripley about being a man, I think that's incredibly wrong.
In wrestling context, I
agree. I think that's incredibly wrong. Straight up. To say she looks like a man, incredibly wrong. I mean, do you remember Rhea Ripley before she went goth, bro? Do you remember Rhea Ripley from the Mae Young Classic? She was your typical blonde, big tit. And then she went unique. And now, like, anyways, I'm just saying, like, even the big, strong girl thing. Why are we afraid and intimidated? The big, strong, like, why is Jade Cargill the hottest? Why is Jade Cargill the hottest thing on earth, but Rhea Ripley isn't? And Jade Cargill looks like He-Man, but black.
No, I get your point. No.
That's it. I'm not going to say any more on it. But I can't. When I'm going to talk about the wrestling and the wrestlers, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about how they fucking look or who they fuck. I don't.
Yeah, I get you. No.
All right, that's it. And I'm not digging into Liam personally. He rags on Rhea, bro. To say Rhea is ugly.
Bro, can I tell you the truth about Liam, though? And Liam, you're watching this, yeah? You can't take that.
Honestly, think about this shit,
bro. But
to say she's ugly and looks like a man is incredibly insulting and derogatory. And Buddy Murphy would stomp your fucking head in, and he gets to tap that shit every night. Like, and then the muscles thing, like how you can be attracted to Jade Cargill, but then not to Rhea, like, or Bianca Belair, like that says a lot too. Like, Rhea is protected and pushed too much, but so was Becky.
No. But again, he agrees as well. By the way, read this. We can't be this.
But it triggered me. That full triggered me when I was like, "What's so bad about Rhea?" And he was like, "This fucking half man looking fucking," and I was like, Bro, he sounds like he's intimidated by her.
Bianca and Charlotte have like muscles popping out. Nobody says anything about that.
Bro, Charlotte is the ugliest fucking thing in wrestling today, and I don't talk about that. I don't rate about that. I don't talk about how she's got smaller hips.
I've said
my nan's teeth.
Too skinny. I said she looks too skinny.
I don't sit there and do it. Like, and to judge Charlotte, one of the prettiest, fittest women in the world, on her looks, I'd be a fucking jerk. Look at me. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Compared to
I am very defensive of Rhea Ripley, but I'm just trying to prove a point of why are we judging any of them on their looks, bro. Like,
no, I get you, but bro, I mean,
John Cena's one of the ugliest motherfuckers ever, but we don't mention that every time we talk about him.
I mean, listen, we don't go there, guys. We're men.
All right, we're done. But the contract shit was shit. It was all shit.
No, but can I actually finish what I was going to say before you start cutting me off talking about the ceremony?
Sorry.
Even though it's a whole misunderstanding. I was saying the reason why I don't mind that dude that you talked about earlier is because at least he's a good portion of the things he says is actually like somewhat realistic. You know what I mean? But again, you don't have to agree with everything he says. That's all I was going to say. Now let's move on to the conversation. All right? Simple. We move on to the conversation, guys. You guys take that what you will.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's
yeah.
Doesn't have to be forced on you or anything, but I'm trying to say it is in like a respectful fucking way.
I don't whatever. At this rate, I can give flying damn about it, bro. If he has an issue, I try to be sensible as fuck.
No, I'm sweet with him too, bro.
If you have an issue, I try to be sensible as fuck. Anyway,
I genuinely think Rhea would smash our heads in, bro. Like she'd fucking punch you in the face so hard, your face would just explode, and that says it all.
Anyway, so yeah, but Gunther, back to that because we talk about Jay. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
the botch. It was a fake botch. It was a fake botch. It was a shit.
Did it on purpose, bro. They did it by design because they saw how the fans reacted to Jey Uso moving like AJ Francis.
Which I can't believe they're doing either. I can't believe they would draw more attention to it and add it into the storyline, which is why I think that they're actually going to pull the rug out and not go through with it.
So you think Gunther would win the Mania then?
I think he's going to retain, yeah. The way it's going now. The story last week. Like, I'm the one who's been backing him and saying they need to go ahead and do it. I'm fighting the IWC saying, regardless of what you think of Jay's ability or whatever, like, look at Kofi Kingston, look at Rey Mysterio, look at Daniel Bryan. We've done it with them before and just were okay with it. Look at the crowd reactions. Look at everything. Yeah, right, tag team wrestler, whatever. But if we go down the path that Vince McMahon went, you'll spend 20 years having the same four guys be the dude, and you never recreate someone else, or you never have someone else to fall back on. Even Seth Rollins being the dude that he was during the corporate era was because we made him that guy before it got to that point, so we could fall back on him. Jay will become that person now. The way they wheel out Kofi Kingston as a former champion, the way they wheel out The Miz as a former champion, the way they wheel out Daniel Bryan, let Jay have that moment, but I think even they're starting to second guess it now because of the. I think they're giving in too much to the noise, bro.
Yeah, no, but that's but then again, obviously Jey Uso did save the Jey Uso from the ambush after that slip. And then the segment happened backstage. Now Jey Uso was trying to motivate. Jimmy was trying to motivate Jay. By saying, "Well, this is not the Jey Uso that's going to be Gunther. We need to find the Jey Uso that was doing what he was doing that got him here to begin with." Long story short, and then he even challenged Gunther next week. Now, while challenging Gunther, he even gave him a slap. Oh my days!
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. For one, I'm getting bored of Gunther just attacking him and doing the sleeper holds.
The sleeper.
But I'm also intrigued to see if Gunther is going to absolutely destroy Jimmy Uso, not just beat him, actually destroy him, because that slap, oh my days, bro. Gunther definitely has to do something now, bro. He has to send them packing and motivate Jey Uso, because if Jay is going to win the championship, he needs to be he needs a reason to be motivated to do so, because recently his form's been absolutely diabolical. So, and that's a Royal Rumble winner challenging for a
but how can your form be when you're getting put in matches with fucking Grayson Waller and Austin Theory?
Yeah, but this is why I'm saying that the only way for people to start believing again in Jey Uso, is if there's a reason for that. And the reason for that for me is Gunther sending his brother packing. Like absolutely maul him.
He'll fuck him up. Yeah, he'll break him.
Maybe like handcuff Jey Uso and let him watch that shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It does need to be more brutal. The sleeper
that's
shit.
The only way you're gonna get.
He hasn't even really
100% what I have always said they were. Fickle. They're fickle. They cheer him 1 minute, they don't care the next.
The only way we get fans moving like this for Jey Uso.
Yeah, 100%. Fuck, he was the GOAT.
Oh, damn,
like, bro. We made that happen, bro. And yeah, like I wasn't down for Kofi Mania. I'll say that straight up.
Yeah, you said that last week, I think.
All right.
I'm sure.
Now, even back in the day with Ray, I thought they were being cheap with Ray. I thought it was the Eddie Guerrero stuff. There was not a part of me at all that didn't think Ray was worthy of being given a world title. But seeing Ray, his size,
that's what I'm talking about.
That title.
See, they agree with me. This is what I'm talking about. Bro, something tells me Gunther has something happening with Gunther and Jimmy to a point it's going to cause Jey Uso to snap out. Has to be. And if not, what are we doing?
Yeah, well, 100%. And, well, I mean, they've got the match book, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So one-on-one?
Yeah, but let's see what happens, bro. I say we move on, though, because we ain't got too much time, as you said. And we were wasting a bit of time. I just want to quickly run through this.
That was good promo class, though.
Huh?
That was good promo class, though.
Oh,
Delivered with fire and passion.
Yeah, it is good promo. Yeah, it is good promo class, bro. They may as well learn. If they don't learn soon, hey, who knows what's going to happen next?
I don't care. But it is just in terms of like me being an Aussie and shit's different over here, right? And I got to miss long term. And we're into wrestling and we love it together. And I know heaps of girls that are in it. Like, it's just, yeah, regardless of how I personally feel about Rhea Ripley as an Australian, yeah, I just don't think that's the way to be judging.
But
these
that
wrestlers.
applies with everybody, bro. Bro, that applies with everybody, bro. I would say the same for somebody that's not Saudi or not Arab, you know, or like.
No, I know, man. I know, which is why I messaged you.
I'm gonna tell you, like, just let me tell you something. Yeah, you see me. If you're talking about who do I fancy, this I don't fancy a girl that looks like Rhea Ripley, but that's not what it's about in WWE, right? What's about is, as you said, wrestling quality, promo quality, blah, 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 blah. So who the hell am I to judge that quality because they're not my type? Am I going to marry them?
No, I mean, I think who judge any of them because we ain't in the ring, mostly. We're at home, on our asses, unfit, untrained.
But bro, wait. But real quick, I want to ask a question to like all these simps. Yeah, I'm gonna call them simps, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Name no offense, you deserve the name after all the shit that you say. Yeah, but does it really look like? Yeah, does it really look like I care about like ability based on how you look? Am I gonna marry? Am I gonna marry you? Am I gonna do a mad thing with you? No, I'm not. Yeah, A'udhu billah. Like, why do I think of these things when I'm looking at? Don't get it twisted. I'll joke around saying,
yeah, that's just human nature.
That's my gal. This is yada yada.
It's human nature.
But reality, that's not how I judge things, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying you do, mate. I'm not saying you do, but it is human nature. It is human nature to.
I'm saying no.
Attack what you don't like, or what doesn't appeal to you.
How it should be.
I know, bro, but it is human nature. It is in humans. It's the same as in like it's the same way racism happens.
I find it. At sometimes it's funny. Don't get it twisted. But at times,
yeah,
you draw a line.
Shayna Baszler's got a bald spot. Fucking that's going back. Like
Shayna Baszler is one of the most ugliest women in the company. Do I say she's awful?
I don't have to. I agree. But I'm not gonna point that out because she could literally snap my arm. She could snap it in a second.
But bro, it's not like I'm gonna see her, bro. I mean, to be fair, I did meet her.
I know, no, but then even being someone on the internet saying you look like a fucking man. Anyways, move on. It's a clash of cultures, bro. It's a clash of cultures.
Grande Americano.
I was gonna put the Rey Mysterio mask on and be like, "What's up? I'm El Grande Australiano."
Yeah, we're not doing that. Allow it, man. Allow it. But Grande Americano was a vignette played, which I.
Oh.
I cut off, didn't I?
Yeah, you're back now. You're back.
My god.
The AI vignette.
Yeah.
The El Grande.
I'm back.
Have you seen the people complaining about it?
I'm complaining about AI generation, to be honest.
You are? You're going to complain about this?
Oh, no. Only about one thing. I think it was too AI generated.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you want to have your bubble burst?
But I like the intrigue. Though. You
want to have your bubble burst?
Sorry?
Chad Gable is playing a very dumb American character that he's very obviously trying to pretend to be someone that he's not and saying, hey, it's not me. It's not me. So the worse that vignette looks as AI slop adds credence to it was made by him. WWE would not deliberately put out AI slop straight up. They don't make AI slop. They never have. Ever.
Yeah, but that looks so AI. It's so obvious, man.
It's
so
deliberate. It's deliberate. They got 6 fingers. It's deliberate. It's to make the people go. That's fake. It's not to cut some poor editor out of a job, bro. Don't worry. The WWE editors still have jobs, man. They're still going to be doing the promos.
Yeah, but you know what? But here,
it's
but you know
fake
what?
to the point of fake, bro. It's like when you see Photoshop photos.
Okay, just can you actually listen to me for 1 second? Because I know you're very passionate, but bro,
Go.
You know what? I'm actually glad that you're like this because, to be honest, it makes the show interesting. But
I seen the internet's reaction to it last night, bro, and they're a bunch of dumb shits. Anybody who believes that they paid money to have that video made, that's the point. But go, bro, tell me your point. That is the point, though. The AI is meant to be deliberate, bro. It's meant to make you go, what the fuck? Like, it's not a WWE trying to get anybody out of a job, bro, or like save money or anything. It's meant to look like Chad Gable went on the internet and made some shitty AI video.
No, I hear. But let me say something quick. I'm gonna make it quick, short, simple, and then we'll try to dissect the whole thing and move on quick, bro, because time's against us right now. Yeah. But all I'm gonna tell you is this, right? You're telling me they couldn't make that vignette look a bit more realistic?
How would they do that without using stock footage?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to do it. All you have to do is look through some like what you call luchadors, yeah,
which they can't. Because
AAA,
CMLL, all them, they own their own stuff. WWE could not use.
No, I mean like through through their history, and then if they're alive, you can obviously ask if it's all right.
But then it would have. What photo? Like get all Rey Mysterio highlights and Photoshop America Grande's head on it.
Maybe, yeah, something like that. You can.
Would have you been more happy with that? Like that obvious botch job.
Imagine, like you get I know
that would have been funny. That would have been even funnier if they did that. If they got Rey Mysterio's highlight videos.
The reason why I brought the idea up, guess why? They have so much money, so they have no excuse. When you have so much money, you can get.
Yeah, that's the point, bro. Honestly, yeah. Look, they're playing off of the AI thing too. People reacting to this AI thing. Anything uses AI now, people react to it. It was all a ploy, bro. It got people talking. 6 fingers, man. Everyone in the crowd had 6 fingers. It's fucking. Bro, they wouldn't deliberately do it, bro. They wouldn't let it slide. Like it's the amount of dumb Americans I seen reacting to that last night, being like, people are losing their jobs because of AI artists and all this shit.
No. Okay, I'm not going that far. Yo. I'm not going that far. Yo, did people actually say that?
It's meant to clearly make Chad Gable look that little bit more dumb because he thinks he's really, really smart and that he's playing everyone, and it just makes him look even dumber. That's it. That's all it is. But
no, I need to pause quickly. Did people actually say losing jobs because of AI as an excuse?
They've been saying that for a long. I mean, people are losing jobs.
No. I mean that specifically.
Yeah. 100%. I seen it last night, bro. I'll go to the post. I'll see if I can find any prime comments.
IWC are fucking. Oh my god.
All right, I'll go to the post. This was on Pro Wrestling MMA News. It was last night.
I can't believe
where are we? I gotta go. It's fucking fair way back from yesterday. Cain Velasquez. That'd be interesting to talk.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez. I saw he got. Yeah.
All right.
But by the way, quickly, I'm just gonna play this clip to describe like my reaction.
What? All right. So we get a video package running down the rich heritage of Raw's newest superstar, El Grande Americano, hyping up his debut. Right after Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are stunned by what they just saw and are joined by Gable, Chad clarifies that he's not El Grande. However, he's here to pull out of tonight's match with Dragon Lee. And then, was it this one? Yeah. Oh no, they've gone through deleting the comments, man. So must have got that spicy.
While you go through, I'm just gonna mention, other than the whole of who's that. I mean, this Grande Americano had a match with Dragon Lee.
Yeah, and it was. Bro, what's with the demasking thing at the moment, bro?
But the Grande Americano guy, which by the way I got fooled because you and Liam mentioned the tattoos,
Yeah,
and I
bro,
saw
he's
no
brilliant.
tattoos. But guess what? After the match, after he won by pulling the dude's mask and everything, yeah, the fucker's face don't look like Chad Gable's in my opinion. It don't, bro. So I don't know. I don't know if I've been fooled. I don't know. Like, this is one of the ones I want to see it play out.
I
have to see it play out.
Bro,
I don't know, bro. I need it to play out, man. And I don't know where it's going for Mania. Do you think like Mysterio and Lee is gonna face this Grande Americano guy who I think it's Phoenix and Gable, or do you think I don't know?
It's definitely not Phoenix. And who knows what's going on now, bro? Because apparently originally they were planning, I mean, the IC thing with Penta, and he was getting a singles push. And then Phoenix has become available, and now apparently like they're gonna just turn him straight into a tag team. So I would have loved it if like it was a reverse thing, like we got a Phoenix debut and we go straight into a feud with Penta and Phoenix, and then they team up again. But yeah, it's Chad Gable, bro.
Well, we'll see, man. But I just want to move.
Even my missus, she come into me last night. She was like, "Who is American Grande?" And I was like, "It's Chad Gable." And she was like, "Obviously." And then I was like, "So why are you asking me?" She was like, "Because she was like, who is American Grande?" And I was like, "It's Chad Gable, you idiot." And she was like, "Yeah."
I'm pretty sure because she's not like a fan. She's not like a fan of WWE, is she? So probably why. But.
No, she's a massive fan. She just hasn't been.
Oh, she actually. Oh, then I apologize.
She actually is, bro. She just hasn't been watching that. My missus is huge on wrestling, bro. Got a wrestling tattoo.
Oh, wait, she has a wrestling tattoo.
Mm-hmm. She's got the steel chair.
Who?
She's got the steel chair and bar guard.
Mad. I mean, listen, I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm Muslim, you know, but then again. Like
we both got a lot of
I could be the type of guy to say that if it's a nice tattoo or something else.
One of my best mates has an Eddie Guerrero tribute. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we move on though. Okay, this one we can make it really quick. Lara Valkyria.
It was so shit. Sorry.
Yeah, Lara versus Raquel. I mean, the only thing I can take out of this is Bayley saving Valkyria after the match.
Yeah, but where are they going with that too? Like, what are we gonna get?
I mean, like backstage. Actually, I knew it was gonna be Bayley saving her because on the exclusive on YouTube, she got interviewed Valkyria, and she saw Bayley, and then she said, "After I finished with Raquel, I'm willing to give you the championship match." And then Bayley said, I appreciate it, but you need to focus on Raquel first, then worry about me." So I think they're going with this Bayley Valkyria stuff. It's obviously not for Mania. Probably is going to be like a Raw before.
But it was ironic too that we were getting our first IC, well, regardless to the Finn one the other day, but we were getting an IC. We're getting 2 IC title matches on the same episode. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know, like.
Oh yeah, there's 2 IC championship matches next week, isn't it?
No, I mean it was this week too.
Yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, so it was Raquel and Bronze. And you know, like go back 2-3 weeks, and we were like, "Where the fuck are the IC titles?"
And the Judgment Day is getting involved in both.
Bro, I don't even want to. Just end them. Just end it. But apparently, the rumor is now Penta, Braun, Finn, Dom, IC title.
Bro, I think it's gonna be a fatal 4-way or something.
Dom.
No, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fair 4-way.
And I'm saying Dom's winning.
You think Dom wins the... Hey, you know what, though? If he wins the championship, I'm here for it. You want to know why? It boosts his ego, gives him a reason to turn on Finn.
And it's singles gold, but the Eddie Guerrero connection too, bro. He's been wearing the Latino Heat shirt a lot, and literally Eddie had the IC title when he was in the Latino Heat.
Shameless guys.
I think it's gonna, and it'll be like it'll move Braun into the main event picture. It'll move Penta into the tag team stuff. Dom, I think it's going to happen, and I think it's about time to happen. In the same way we've spoken about Seth being the workhorse, Dom's that workhorse too, bro.
That'll be
Like,
interesting. So I don't think Braun Breaker gets pinned, obviously, if that's the case.
no.
Penta
So
ain't getting pinned either.
Dom
Did he turn on
pins
Finn
Finn.
Balor in the
Dom
process?
pins Finn.
Yeah, so I'm saying, does
Dom.
he turn on Finn Balor? Like, does he
Yeah,
low blow
100%.
Finn in the process?
100%. The Judgment Day kick out Finn Balor.
Like at Mania. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah.
Because if that happens, that makes it hell interesting.
Yeah. And it makes Finn relevant again, too.
Because then Finn
And I reckon they bring back Demon Finn.
Hey, we need some. And by the way, this Demon Finn actually has to win, not lose, like every fucking time.
Right. Apparently, that come out recently. I seen a report that Edge wanted Demon Finn.
Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. This is why I say fuck Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I know. The Demon, bro. Look, the other one I've got. It's the Demon is my guy, bro.
Yeah, but this is why anybody that defends Vince McMahon, I will never.
No, yeah, again, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't
No,
understand it.
No. Like, you can never be happy with anything in life, bro. You want one thing, bro. WWE is a with IWC is a definition of nobody can win. Nobody can fucking win, bro.
Yeah.
Not genuinely, bro. Like, you may as well just do whatever the fuck you want, like, because nobody is gonna win, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones, in my opinion, bro.
But yeah, that is. I'd literally only seen that headline last night about the four-way, the potential, because there's been a lot of mystery attached to what's going on with Penta, Phoenix, and the IC title. Full stop. Like, because it looked like Penta was getting a singles push, but then Phoenix became available, so now it looks like. I mean, the Lucha Bros, man, the Lucha Bros in WWE is like in Usos, New Day, the Hardys, maybe. I mean, the teams that are in there, like they've got like a year's worth of programming, man. Even DIY and the Lucha Brothers could be fucking fire. Like, and DIY is about to go heel. So,
yeah. Now, we move on. But I mean,
it was such a shit episode. That ending, bro. I literally, like, I was watching news, the credits come up, and I was like, and like Judgment Day do the thing, and I was like, I'm laying out all my scenarios in your chat of like, this is what I think is going to happen. And then that was the ending. And I was like,
bro, like when I saw that, let me tell you my perspective quick. Yeah. So I see that credit shit happen. And I'm like, we've been talking for majority of the show.
That's not the end.
We're just talking for majority of the thing. And I see this film. I'm like, surely there's something happening. Because it was like half an hour away from like ending like on 3 hours. But it was only
they don't do 3 anymore. They
yeah. So then I was like, maybe there's something going on, maybe, like, right?
Scotland got ribbed, bro. Scotland got ribbed.
Barely even, like, I focused on the show, don't get it twisted. But I was talking a lot more than I was like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm like, this show's sad.
It was,
bro, I think this show was overrated, by the way. I think this Raw was pretty overrated.
Yeah, I think it was a horrible Raw. Full stop. Like, even the
it was over. Like, some people liked it. I didn't get it. Like, over for me. Like okay, yes, you're forwarding stuff, but as a segment in isolation.
As an episode in isolation. Too. Especially, and what we're 3 weeks out. We're 3 weeks out from Mania.
Where's the intrigue in the moment as well? Like, you have to have it both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but I think every episode should be ending making you want to know what happens next. Instantly.
Yeah, and they ended it the wrong way, in my opinion. They ended it the wrong way. Yeah. I think you know what? They were better off putting that CM Punk segment as the main event.
Yeah.
Because that segment was intriguing to me. But instead,
it was a shit episode, and like I said, you know, we'll all point to the sign. Like, promos were the only thing to really take out of it, man.
Yeah. But by the way, before we move on to the one more thing, that match, Penta and Braun Breaker, by the way,
it's a decent match.
They were
going at it. Yeah,
expected more, but it's decent. Like,
100%. That's what I hated about the ending too, bro. Like, it just happened out of nowhere. Like,
Judgment Day just had ruined it all, bro.
They were having a good match. Like, and I did like the visual of Braun, like, down on his knees, and Penta with the, like, it looked cool when Braun was ready for it, you know, like, he was like, give it to me, but he was never. It was just, it was predictable and dumb. And then to have him get overpowered by the Judgment Day too, like, I don't know, and no one not come out to help him. Like that's why I kind of picked what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, it was shit. It was shit.
Yeah,
So
it is what
compared
it is.
to what happened in the European show so far, Scotland got fucked over, bro. Like Scotland got treated like a
But
joke.
people think the Bologna one got fucked over. I actually think Bologna are the reason why the show was like decent. Like I get the
Yeah.
show as a whole was like in terms of like the performances wasn't the best, but I feel like Bologna gave more than the Scottish fans.
I think London will be the biggest too, for sure. I think
Like
they left.
I think fans play a huge role in like saving certain. You know what? I said this. I don't know if you'll understand it because I said it to football fans.
Yeah, Europe.
European fans.
Yeah, I know.
European fans is like when a guy that's not really like that good scores a big goal, like for example in football, like the one I mentioned, Jude Bellingham. Like he's not technically sound, but like he has like that physicality, IQ, whatever. And like because of that IQ, he just pops in. Even though if he doesn't perform the best all game, he'll score like a 90th minute goal. Jude Bellingham's the greatest player ever. The mentality is elite, blah, 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 blah.
But yeah, the chants, the sing-alongs,
like,
all of it.
Yeah. Like
I
that,
100% agree.
the goal that he scores is like how the fans act for the shows itself.
The way they were like using someone's name to create a song. Cody Rhodes.
No, I like Cody Rhodes. I like that chant.
The chants though, like the hooliganism. They bring the hooliganism to 100%. I agree.
I've seen so many UK shows, and I felt like they could have done more in Scotland, personally.
Yeah, they were. Even actually compared to Belgium and Italy, they were quiet.
The Clash of the Castle.
that was sick. That was sick.
That you see that compared that because it was in the same city. Remember, compared that.
Wembley's one of the AEW show at Wembley too with Punk and Samoa Joe was one of the biggest I've heard.
Compare them to, like we're talking about night and day, in my opinion. Like the Raw one was underwhelming for their standards,
and then SmackDown.
No. I know. Whereas the Clash of the Castle in Glasgow, the one where Punk cost Drew the title, that one, insane. You know what I mean? It's just nice.
Bigger venue too, though.
True, but come on, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, we move. Now we're gonna move to the one that you said made somewhat no sense, to be honest. The contract.
Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is the MVP, bro. I love him. He cracks me up.
That guy, I'm not gonna lie. I like it at the end as well when he made
his resolution, though. How is that?
You know what? As well, can I just say though, I'm glad that they somewhat made the whole. I was saying this to Hannah, and we agree. We don't usually agree on this stuff, but I'm glad that they brought an element of unpredictability in the thing, because you know what I thought? I thought that it was going to be, oh well, Charlotte put her name on the thing, she's getting in, which I mean I wouldn't have mind because she's a badass for it. She forced the situation. Bianca and thing you wanted, okay, now she's in because she attacked them both. Remember, but what he did instead, because obviously Bianca said she don't want, but he wants.
Man, it's harsh.
So he gave the match to Ripley for Raw next week, but he's putting Bianca in a tough spot, being the referee. Now, what
I don't say he's putting her in a tough spot at all. I say he's putting her in the best spot you could possibly ever be walking into a WrestleMania. You get to pick your opponent.
Yeah, but guess what? Next week you're gonna realize it's tough because
it's gonna be thrown out. It's gonna be thrown out.
You know, when she loses her shit, bro, you know she's attacking both of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll get thrown out. But think about it though, bro. She could literally let them kick the shit out of each other. Then she could kick the shit out of one of them a bit more. Let the other one pin the other one. And go, right, I'm facing the dead one.
Yeah, she could, but guess what? I with all the shit Adam Pearce has gone through with this feud, he ain't gonna it wouldn't make sense.
I was like, that's
Rhea Ripley. Guess what? The following week, Rhea Ripley's gonna lose it, or whoever loses is gonna lose it, and they're gonna try to interject their way in. You think they're gonna take that disrespect? No, they won't.
No, I think it's just gonna be Bianca, like you said the first time. Bianca will Just get into
Yeah,
a fight with them.
she'll give Pierce a reason to say, "Well, Bianca, you fucked up now."
Also,
Well, guess what?
it'll be very interesting to see how Bianca treats ref gear next week.
Hey, yeah, listen, we don't go there.
It's gonna be a highlight, you know it. It's gonna be a highlight.
Hey, listen. I know how strong your takes are about these things, bro. You know what I mean? So
Let's put it this way: be intrigued to see how certain people react to how Bianca looks on the stream.
Oh, mate, bro, she was. I won't say anything, but she looked great yesterday. They all did. I love all three of them. EO's adorable too. She's
by the way, I find it weird that she's. You know what it is sometimes though. I find it weird sometimes. She wears like those clothes that looks like a wrestling gear, but it's actually not. But she doesn't.
EO.
No, not EO. No, Bianca. So like there was one segment.
Oh yeah, like a leotard type thing. Yeah, like a fucking.
So she's like you think she's wrestling, but she's not because she's wearing like one of those like fancy ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. But like the whole more of the story is we know where this one is going at the end of it.
Montez Ford is a lucky man. That's where it's going.
Hey, listen, like they're the.
Yeah, Raw was shit. Raw was shit. Contract signing.
Yeah, it's one of them ones. It's one of them. It really is.
But then yeah, we move on to SmackDown, bro. And we kick things off. I mean, actually, to be fair, this one is actually a good segment, to be fair. Orton and KO.
Yeah.
My go. Now, I thought Randy Orton kicked ass on that promo segment, personally. Pause. But, and so did KO, to be fair. I mean, KO talking about why he got rid of B-Tech Northside with ejections, you know what I'm saying, Carmelo Hayes. Because of basically what you call it. What did he say? He tried to protect Randy Orton from being that evil version of himself that he was long ago, and now he's trying to better himself. He wants RKO to be back together and stuff, win the world tag or WWE tag titles. And then Randy Orton basically said, "Shut your mouth." Oh no, yeah, whatever. Take a shove up your ass, whatever. And then he said this.
Fight Owens, fight Owens, fight. Now you're all bitch Owens, bitch.
That's one of them. And then he mentioned that now this one I actually laughed my ass off because I'm a football fan. And this was in Bologna. And Umar actually told me, fun fact, that he used to play for them back in the day.
You deserve for me to kick you so hard that I get a pat on the back from Roberto Baggio.
He's referring to the punt kick and Baggio. Yeah. But man, that is. Listen, man. And then obviously now Randy Orton and KO are facing off. I still think there needs to be some like no holds barred or something.
Yeah, I think you were onto it from the start. Or was it no hold barred or unsanctioned? Lights out, whatever you want to call it. I think you're onto it from the start because of the pile driver versus the punt kick. They're essentially two bands.
It's fucking real, bro. Bro, when hatred is real like that, bro, Randy Orton wants to punt him, bro. You think a punt is going to be allowed in a normal one?
Randy Orton is making you believe he wants to punt him. Randy Orton and KO are the best of friends in real life.
Yes. Brother. Whatever it is, the story they're telling, it suits it. So, I don't care. Bro, you think Kevin
Owens of people want the
friends in real life? Yeah, they are.
They want 11 Orton back, like full-blown, jacked up legend killer Randy Orton. A lot of people have been screaming for it. And there's a lot of memes going about.
He's spending Ramadan. Don't worry. Answer. Forget about it. He's spending.
Yeah, Ramadan. He's done. He'll be back a month after.
By the way, I realized why. I realized why he decided to spend his Ramadan. By the way, it's because of the traveling. Because when you travel. By the way, you basically you're not supposed to. It's better you don't fast.
Yeah, well, you've got to keep healthy when you're fucking.
Oh, and then on top of and Sammy wants to perform the whole Ramadan, so it destroys the purpose of all that. If he wants to travel all over Europe every single day, if he was staying in America,
his body weight.
All over America, it would have been easier for him to do that. But the fact that he's traveling all over Europe and all this stuff, it makes it tough for him. I can't lie. So it's one of them ones, bro. I found out why after you told me about it. But yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? But with the KO, yeah, you were saying, I just had to point that out for you guys.
They'll put on a banger no matter what. They'll probably put on possibly the best one-on-one match at Mania that weekend, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Logan and AJ will try to have a cracker too. I think AJ's been paired with him to carry him to his best match.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention AJ Styles and Logan Paul, bro. What the? By the way, just quick note: the fact that they haven't said much other than that. What was that podcaster's name again? The one when Logan tried telling him that he's his favorite wrestler or came to see him, and he said, "No, I came to see."
No, it was a comedian. It was a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that's
other
on
than
Netflix.
that, I've not seen anything. They need to do something in London. By the way, I know Logan called out AJ to meet in London. They need to do something, bro. Loki, I hope Logan is shameless, pulling up with a Tottenham shirt or something, just so he gets hella booed. But that's just me. But yeah, that's a thing in itself. But yeah, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens is just making more extreme. The segment was sick, and yeah, now we're about to talk about the shitty bits of the show. Put it that way. This tag team match, man. Jimmy and Priest versus Drew, and who was there that was with him? I actually forgot who was with Drew. Who was with Drew? That's how shit was. I forgot. Who was with Drew? Well, I swear down, I already forgot who was with Drew. Do you remember who was with Drew?
Nope.
Bro, I'm gonna check right now. Who was with Drew? Shinsuke Nakamura. See, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I barely watched SmackDown, bro. To be honest,
bro. The fact that I forgot Nakamura's fucking name. I didn't watch
NXT this week,
bro. That's how shit it was. I forgot his fucking bro.
No, it wasn't very memorable.
Bro, I barely watched the match. That's how shit it was.
Honestly, the Netflix era for me is as good as it looks. It's promos. There's not much wrestling happening. And then even come pay-per-view matches, there's not much wrestling happening. It's a bit of a worrying look for me because they've gone to a much, much larger platform, and now more and more people are getting less and less TV time. So it's I think as good as it looks and as great as it's doing for them for numbers around the world, I think so far it's not helping the business as much as it's increasing their fucking profit margin. I think he should go back to Japan. I said that because there's still dream matches for him left in New Japan with the young lions that have come through. And if he goes to AEW, he's got Omega, he's got Jay White, he's got matches with guys that he's never had, and then he's got Okada, he was Okada's mentor.
So. He agrees with you as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's sad, man, because like a lot of them have talent. It's just they're underutilized. You know what I mean? And I'll die on my hill with that one.
Raw should be 3 hours every week, and you're maximizing on the time. You know, like filling in.
Can I be honest with you? I actually think it should be 2 hours. It was better off 2 hours, I swear to God.
Well, it's at 2.5 now, mate, and they're having about 4 matches a week.
Well, yeah, you're better off having 2 hours. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Better off having 2. But put it this way.
But the wrestling to talking ratio, it's like the South Park parody of wrestling, bro. Like it's too much talking, not enough wrestling.
Well, that's all. Well, that's up to Triple H. You know, when the shows were 2 hours, I actually think there was a bit more intrigue in the shows. But like we're heading into Mania season, and I feel like the 3 hours is killing the vibe of the show.
Airtime.
So basically, what you've done is you've added more time, and the purpose of it is to add more people in. But first of all, your roster is all over the place. No offense, SmackDown's all over the place.
Both of them are in their own way, to be honest.
Yeah. And I feel like, and that's to do with the fact that they brought in the wrong people to SmackDown. For example, I think the Judgment Day should have been on SmackDown, personally. That's
yeah, but it was because they moved Priest there.
Yeah, but Priest could have stayed on Raw. He didn't need to go to SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now we're like, what are we doing with Priest? You know what I mean? But again, that's just one example. But my thing is, the whole roster thing is a mess up. It's a whole mixed match. And now the big stories are getting the spotlight. Great. But then everything below it, it's like, well, what's going on? Yeah, it's good to know what's going on, ask what's going on. But like, give me a bit of something, you know? And we're not getting even bits of something. Like, even like what we call Na'ama, we don't even get that. It's like, what do we... It's
and what have we got? We've got 3 episodes left. Yeah?
Oh,
3 or 2? 3.
I think
it's like 18th or 19th, 19th, 20th or whatever, yeah? 19, 20.
Three episodes.
3 episodes. We've got 3 episodes of everything left, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what about this week, full stop, with SmackDown and Raw felt very lackluster. Like, you look at it that way, you're like, we're 3 weeks out and we don't even know like 6 matches from Mania, 2 nights. Fucking
yeah.
You know, we're about to be looking
anyway,
at 8 to 10 hours of wrestling. Yeah, you're good. Exactly. I think they're being a bit slack. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I think we should move because I have 20 minutes, bro. I will tell you this: that Drew attack on Priest, fine. That's the only thing I was okay with. However, next week I think this is one of them ones like we need dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, none of this like attack. Need some dialogue in this one, man. But we move. I don't want to give too much attention to this one. Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega. The fact that I got too much time.
I won't mention it, but something happened with Zelina, and it's the only thing worth talking about.
I don't even know what happened, to be honest.
Exactly. We'll move on.
Actually, tell me later, though, but I don't know what happened. Anyway.
Something popped out, mate. Something popped out of Zelina. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. But, yeah, anyway.
But, yeah, nothing matched. Even her being there, bro. Like, it was the death knell for her. Like, as much as her being in LWO was nothing, them separating her from LWO, like, she's dead now. She's just going to be swimming alone.
Yeah.
And Piper should be getting pushed.
Facts. Now, that's facts. Anyway, we move on to Liv v. Naomi. Not Naomi. Liv versus...
The gear, yeah.
Cargill. Cargill versus Liv. Now, I found it very interesting. Now, this was actually one of those interesting ones. I can't lie to you.
Naomi,
I think...
look.
By the way, I thought Cargill held her own. So anyone saying that Cargill was bad, you're being too overly disingenuous. Again, proves our point about IWC. Fucking idiots. Yeah, man. Liv, I thought she held her own as well. And I'm very critical of her offenses, to be honest. Again, she may look good, but I judge her offense. Yeah, wrestling. You frauds. But
yeah, I never used to rate her, bro. It wasn't until like the last year or 2 that I started to rate Liv Morgan. But like going way back, I never rated her. But she's had a great...
You know why? Yeah, but you know why? It's because of her offense. Her offense was not strong. I actually think her offense has improved a bit.
100%.
She's still overrated because of her looks.
Her Elimination Chamber match was incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's 100%. Like she's one of the little skinny girls that's been given the push just because she needed to be given the push. But yeah, she's not an Alexa or a Sasha or something like that. But I'm not knocking her either. I think she is.
Where's Alexa been, by the way?
Exactly. Took her off TV. I know. Brought her back. Biggest pop of the Royal Rumble.
Go back to America. What's going on here, Blake?
I don't know, man. But they brought her back, and she had the biggest pop of the entire Royal Rumble. So a bit wasted, and I think it's because of the Wyatt thing. They were having her involved with the Wyatts, and they're not.
Yeah, maybe after WrestleMania, she'll be involved with something with them. But anyway, the main talking point of this match, though, is obviously Cargill lost because of Naomi. Naomi got involved, and then she
Naomi
did
looked like fire.
I can't lie though, Naomi looked unbelievable.
Yeah, the heel, because it was all modeled on the photo of Jade on the car. Even her hair, bro. Even her hair was made to look like Jade's hair looked in that photo. Like the tape, like it's funny.
I have the image, by the way. Is that
she looked banging. She looked banging. I rate Naomi, bro.
Wait. Is it this? Are you on about this?
Jimmy Uso's a lucky man.
Wait. Sorry, but you mean this?
Yeah. So Naomi's gear and hair. So the gear was inspired by the police tape, but even her hair, Naomi's hair that she had at SmackDown, was permed out like Jade's was in that picture. Like legit, I've seen side by side.
Messy hair, but
nah, it's Jade's hair's usually straight, bro.
Anyway, that looked like a doll to me, but obviously you're not.
Yeah, I know. It's so staged. It's so staged. And who would get like pushed and fall like that, and but like stay
by
like
the way,
that?
At the time, I was moving one of the idiots, thinking like we should have made it look real, but then I realized, why would you kill her like that? Like, it don't make sense.
And as if she'd leave an imprint in the car. She's not the fucking Hulk,
unless if they crack the thing and then she lays there softly, but then like that's a whole ghetto shit. It's like a whole process. Like it's now.
But yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It
was worse. It was worse than anything they did with Braun Strowman when he was flipping shit.
Bro, remember when Ricochet got slammed on his way out of WWE?
Yeah, that was dodgy.
Well, that was but they probably did.
Oh no, the best one ever, the COVID era Money in the Bank, bro. Baron Corbin throwing fucking Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black off a fucking building, bro.
Yeah, but that's obviously not realistic.
What are you talking about?
Everybody and their mom knows like that whole thing is like taped like as if you're in Hollywood films, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, they probably have like them strings and all that. Yeah, bro. Come on now. Well,
that was bad.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, I just hope they tell more next week. I hope they don't do one of them things in which it's just ambush. Like, can we actually have some sort of dialogue? Like, bro, the problem with a lot of these feuds, yeah? Some of these feuds either have too much dialogue or they have too much brawls or too much ambushes.
I think there's too much brawls in general in wrestling at the moment.
I love brawls, but I think it's overdone. I can admit when it's overdone.
Bro, when the security guards come out, though, and like, bro, the wrestlers should just be like, boof, just dropping them left and right, you know, and they're like, I hate it. Like, the person's actually like, you know, you see so many videos of people getting held back and then the motherfucker launches over the top of 10 people. That's what should be happening every time they're having a brawl, bro. Not this security coming down and then it's like I love when the security goes the wrestler one by one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, rather than jump on them at once, they go at them one by one, getting thrown over the road, getting clothesline. It's old tropes like that. When it comes to wrestling, they don't do it for me anymore, bro.
Nah, I hear it still. But yeah, let's move on, man. Oh my god,
it was a shit week. It was a shit week, bro. Like,
speaking of diabolical. Oh my god.
What, is Lee Gunner around?
No. Speaking of diabolical, that interview segment, Charlotte and Tiffany.
I've heard things.
Bro, I'm sorry. If anyone's dissing Tiffany Stratton in that thing, again, fucking IWC moment right there. This Charlotte Flair, listen, she may be a good wrestler. Her promos is overhead, I get it. But for crying out loud, the audacity to cut Tiffany off 24/7 pissed me the fuck off, bro. Like, let her say something, bro. Let her speak. Let her speak.
I've seen that it was a sink or swim scenario, apparently, that Tiffany was placed
into. Well, I didn't like it. It was not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if it's booked to be like that, it's bad. And if they were given free reign and that's the way it turns out, then it fucking shows Charlotte for everything that
Bro,
everybody's.
just like Charlotte's cutting her off every single time. Like if Tiffany actually was allowed to speak, you know, like a normal proper.
If it was a segment,
then I'm like, okay, there's something there. Because some of the things.
But I've read multiple things last night.
She didn't let her speak. She just
like I see multiple things that the company did it, like that they chose to do it, that they chose to let them.
That's not a good decision from them.
Yeah, and it's not a way for Charlotte to conduct business either, because even like look at Paul Heyman and the master of the promo and the master of building a hype, he'll always talk up the opponent. You know what I mean? Like Heyman does it in a way that it's like psychology. He makes the opponent feel important even when he's trying to belittle them. Like he will pump them up, and Charlotte in this situation, I think she's playing her character too much, to be honest. I don't want her to win. I can also see it happening too, because I mean she's not far off of the record. But why would you replace one Flair with another too? Why would you have the record get beaten by a woman that's another Flair? Like it just doesn't make sense, you know. Like,
because then Flair could say, "Oh, well, my daughter's the one that."
Yeah, fuck him though. They need to wipe that name out of wrestling, and they know that. Like what Cena said the other day, they need to wipe that name out. So yeah, but I thought it was horrible too, bro. Just seeing the there's a screenshot of it, and you can see like Charlotte's got her, and you can tell like Tiffy's like on the spot holding the title, you know, like jaw kind of half open, like she doesn't know how to respond to it. But it was cringe. A lot of what Charlotte Championship promo is not fucking cringe,
bro. I don't know.
Her and Becky with the title swap. You remember that?
Oh, what was the point?
Charlotte's always been about herself. Always.
Yeah, it's just I'm not gonna that I think that was the worst thing on the show. That was one of them ones that
it was a cringy segment, and they shouldn't have done it like that. 100%. Like it should have been like
the main event. That one.
Who they got on SmackDown? It wasn't Corey on one of them this week. I remember hearing his voice on one of them.
Yeah, Corey was, I think, on the Raw, and
they should have had someone like a Corey being down the middle, conducting it.
Yeah, but by the way, Tessitore done his job. Tessitore done his job, man.
He's legend. But I'm saying that they should have actually like, all right, I talk to you, and then I talk to you, and then you can rebut.
Yeah.
JR, you're really good. Cole's done it really good. But it was shit. It was shit. And it's not what they need to be doing to Tiffy, because she's over as hell. The crowd love her. They shouldn't be undermining her.
I agree. Anyway, hopefully they do right with Tiffany. Hopefully. I can only hope.
I still think she's retaining. I think by the end of it, she retains. And she gets the bow or the hug or whatever from Charlotte. I think that's what it's all about. Like it's passing the torch.
It should be. That's how it should be. But bro, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we move, bro. This one I actually think was underrated, in my opinion. But it's only underrated. Again, comes to my point earlier. The crowd. I actually think that. Cutting the promo that they did. They were talking about how they got the titles back, what they're gonna do, blah 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 blah. Then you have Los Garza interfere, and I thought Santos Escobar cooked in that promo. By the way, I thought he absolutely was fantastic. Even the Italian.
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah. He was under. The only thing I didn't like of this segment, I know they're number one contenders, but pretty deadly for fuck's sake. Well, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say in this one, but I don't care. I don't like that gimmick.
And that's the point, bro. That's the point. It's meant to make you feel uncomfortable because people like you feel uncomfortable, and that's the point.
Well, listen, I will tell you this.
I know, but you just admitted it, and that's the point. As long as there's people in the world,
but again, to the point I mentioned earlier, though,
I'm not gonna let it be the reason to why I'm gonna say that they're shit wrestlers, because they're not.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. No, but it was the same as like, all right, so you love Mansoor, but you hated that they did that to Mansoor, right?
Exactly.
And I understand that, but I seen a comedy genius. Like I seen.
Yeah, but that comes down to our
I've seen
background.
a kid come into the business and absolutely kill it, like showing people what a character work was and what promo was. But I understand because of the way you're raised, your country, everything. I understand it. And pretty, like, even so, if we were to go back in the day, who would be the equivalent for me that rubbed me the wrong way? Fuck, even Val Venus back in the day, mate. There's always been characters like that, bro. Goldust.
It comes down to background. Like in my case as well, Dean. Like,
and they're English.
No, Dean as in like religion and all this stuff. You know, like.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I know. I know. It's much more than just an actual.
It's just. It left a sour taste in my mouth.
In saying that, bro, if it was such a big thing for you, and this is real talk, you wouldn't be watching wrestling full stop.
I get where you're going with this, but
that's straight up. That's real. You want to be like 100% faithful to your belief.
But
you wouldn't.
But that's not the point, though.
Saudi Arabia wouldn't have fucking wrestling in Saudi Arabia if they wouldn't be making the women wear fucking clown suits, like when they wrestle.
No. But they're making them wear it for a reason, to dress as modest as they can while they wrestle.
But the men can wrestle in their jocks.
I mean,
you've got no problem looking at big, muscly fucking men in their jocks, but the women have to wear all black. And you want to talk about what day?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but you know what the difference is? No, but you need to understand that. But Jester, you need to understand the difference between the woman idea and the man. The whole idea, and again, you guys have this misunderstanding on women in general. You think like we force women to do this? No. By the way, women over here, they rather be modest than actually be showing off their style. At least a good portion of them do, you know? The ones that are actually trying to go by what they believe in. That's something you need to understand, right? And that's what I was going to tell you then, right?
I would need to live in Saudi Arabia and be married to a Saudi Arabian woman to have any understanding of that. So until that, I don't have an opinion on it.
You know what you need to do? You need to pay a visit to Arab countries and ask about how things work here. I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
I say this to every foreigner. You don't know what's up over here until you visit. And I'm sure you'd say the same about Australia. I don't know what Australia is like unless I visit Australia.
I wasn't judging that, bro. I wasn't judging.
Here,
I knew that like your whole thing with like even Pretty Deadly, as you said, it comes back to how you're raised and everything like that, and that's fine, bro.
Bro, it is what it like. Whether I like it or I don't, I can't force you to change it. As long as you don't force it upon me.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, bro. I'm not trying to.
There you go. That's it. That's
and I know plenty about.
But Muslim, that's why I don't like the Arab thing. I feel like it was
Bale type culture. I know how it works, bro. But yeah, there's other stuff too. We won't go into all of it. There's other stuff.
By the way, I'm so entertained that's on him as well. By the way, I have to admit, if he entertains,
besides even women, there's a whole lot of human rights issues when it comes to construction and shit, and it's a whole bigger story than just women, bro. People.
I'm guessing it's about again. That's a different discussion for a different day.
Yeah. But dude, we shouldn't even be talking about this full stop. It shouldn't matter full stop. It's what I was trying to say last night with the bloke that was trying to trigger you about Saudi comments. Like you're watching football and you had someone that was trying to trigger illicit.
So start something that's not necessary. I agree with you 100%.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So like I completely understand where like especially the Pretty Deadly thing, bro. But it makes me laugh. Like if something makes you uncomfortable, then it makes me funny. That's the point of it. Like that's the point. If it makes you go and want to turn it off, then they're winning. It's the point of a heel. It's the point of, but in that, anyways, like they are just absolutely made to. Anybody who has that mentality, the whole faggot, poofta, any of that, it's just made to upset them. And if you want to turn it off when that's on, That's probably what they want from you.
Bro, I'm still watching the show, but I'm just telling you that I'm not a fan of it. That's it.
Yeah, and I know, but I know why too. So it's like,
bro, you know what I mean? It's
like it existed, bro. Ric Flair, man, like it's existed in wrestling since the fucking 60s, bro. Like Ric Flair got his whole gimmick
for a long time. I'm not saying it hasn't. You're not getting the point.
But I'm just like it's just character work to me. It's just character work. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play the character, but if I was getting paid $1 million a year, yeah, I'd play the character.
Yeah, but you know what it is. Sometimes with character work comes with what's the intent behind it. That's the way I see it. But hey,
bro, we know that Vince McMahon has used his intent behind character work to embarrass people before.
Like for example, when he did it to Mansoor, I'm pretty sure he tried pushing that whole thing to like
because it was amusing to him. It was because it was amusing to him. He found it funny. Like I've seen, you see them on their have you seen their gaming show? Like
they're doing it, but that's what I'm saying. He has to hold accountability as well, because what's going through your head doing that stuff,
bro? You know what he was honestly thinking? Here we go. You wanna hear the ego of Vince McMahon? I reckon he was like, "Hey, I just signed this $500 million 10-year Saudi Arabian contract, and all they wanted me to do was take this one little dumb kid and train him. All right, cool. So he, he's like, that's what he was like at the start. And then like a year later, he's like, oh, we're going to Saudi. We better give that kid a match, eh? We'll give him a match. Yeah, we'll give him a match. We'll keep him happy. And then next year, same thing. And then about 3 years later, oh, we'll give him a Royal Rumble. We want to do a Royal Rumble in Saudi. Oh, we'll call it the greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah. And then about a year later, by now, 4 or 5 years into the relationship, Vince is thinking, fuck, I'm walking all over them. I'm doing whatever I want here. I'm getting paid. They want me to bring Yokozuna in, and he's dead. And I'm getting paid all this money. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to see how far I can push them and turn Mansoor into this. And I guarantee you. And then look what happened with the plane shit when, like, Vince was having a fucking Triple H is having a much better relationship with them but Vince was like,
I think Triple H is the reason to why I think they'll renew the deal.
Vince, I think, was deliberately trying to piss you off, bro. He was trying to embarrass you. He was trying to piss you off, and he was trying to insult the people that had paid for Mansoor to be there. I legitimately think he was trying to see how far he could.
Bro, after his comments about us people as a whole, bro, you know what's funny?
100%. He's a racist motherfucker.
Bro. I found it funny during one of the boxing events. The guy actually pulled up to the event with the Undertaker. How the fuck is that possible?
You mean like
one of the boxing
Taker got a bit of slack for it too, because Taker's still a personal friend of his. I don't know how he still does public appearances. They showed him at the basketball the other night, bro, and he was in all green for the St. Paddy's Day, and they showed him on the basketball, and it said former wrestling promoter. Didn't even say. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. America, man. How did O.J. Simpson fucking have a 25-year career after he murdered 2 people? Celebrity culture, bro. I don't know. If you've got money, America's different, bro. America is a whole fucking.
I mean, listen, I have nothing. I'm not one of them guys that's completely against me, bro. I used to travel to America a lot, bro. Like, trust me, it's not that bad. I mean, don't get it twisted. It has its all negatives. Don't get it twisted. I will say it. No problem. I've said things about the West as a whole, but that doesn't mean that there's no good at all. You know what I mean?
I believe that,
bro. Most of the people I know in the YouTube space are living in the Western countries anyway. So.
Yeah.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So
it's too much of it in general, bro.
It's not be overly disingenuous just because we believe something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you're talking about the same subject and passion and shit, then keep talking.
Underwhelming. But then the match, I thought the match was alright as well. And I think the Bologna crowd played a whole role into it. You know what I mean? So
bro, I'd be down for having every second pay-per-view in Europe or just in another country, full stop. Every second pay-per-view in another country.
Not all of us. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. We move on from that. Hey, listen. I'm happy that Street Profits are champs. And we move to something we talked about it last week, and you were more vocal than I was, actually. The US title picture, bro.
It's dead. Who'd it go to? Who got it? Fucking who'd they give it to?
No. So basically, what happened was there was the number one contenders. Jacob Fatu faced Braun Strowman, and Solo Sikoa cost Fatu the match by attacking Braun, so disqualification. So next week, or not next week, in a few days actually, SmackDown, we're getting LA Knight v Braun Strowman for the US title.
Oh, that's right. They gave it back to Knight, and I don't care about Knight. Bro, Braun Strowman is like, ugh. I mean, I love the guy, but he's like,
I like Braun Strowman as well. Yeah.
He's like tainted goods now. It's like the Big Show. He's like Finn as a 7 foot tall person. There's no threat there. But the US title, bro, they killed it. Like Logan killed it. Logan killed it, bro. Like,
but it was dying even with Austin Theory.
I know, man. I know. Like when someone asked greatest US champion of all time, I was like Booker T, straight up. Booker T back in WCW.
I think John Cena, I can't lie, but hey.
Yeah, no, he was the biggest one in terms of American or JBL even back in the day. But John Cena 100%. Eddie did really well with it too. But its history started in WCW. So
yeah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think the best shot, bro, and again, it's like, don't get twisted that Grande Americano stuff's good, but imagine Chad Gable with the US Championship, man.
I've been calling that forever. And I think that's where it may lead, even though he's on a different brand at the moment.
Listen, hope that there's a draft and he moves to SmackDown or wherever the US Championship is. Like, he needs to focus on the US Championship personally.
Well, it seems like they're going to split up the fucking team too, because Ivy's been giving him these looks like she's not happy with what he's saying and doing, and then the Creed brothers have been like acting all like they're it seems like they're going to break them up or something, like, or they're just all playing it up because of this Americano Grande bullshit.
Yeah. But back to the segment. Do you think that this match is going to be a multi-man match as well, or do you think we're getting Fatu v Solo, or do you think we're getting?
It's going to be like, it'll be like a 4-way or a 6-man scramble.
Too many.
There ain't no ladder match, scramble match confirmed. If it ain't the tag match, it's got to be an IC or a US. And we need it. We haven't had a solid fucking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-man ladder match at WrestleMania for a little while.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. By the way, that one more thing, because by the way, we've talked about everything, even main event thing we talked about at the beginning of the show. That Mona Liv Morgan was
so good, wasn't it?
That was
it was really good.
That was fantastic, bro. But yeah, we've covered everything. NXT, I mean, to be honest, just because we don't watch it too much, there's no point talking much on it, other than the fact that Jada Parker challenged Vacar.
I was going to say, literally, the only thing I paid attention to was
Trick Williams.
The Jordan Grace bit was the only bit I paid attention to.
Him and Obafemi, and now even John Evans, whatever his name is involved in the mix.
I don't even know who that guy is, bro.
Evans. I mean, he's
like, I barely know.
Bro, that Johnny Evans guy, whatever his name is, bro, he's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Trick is.
He has talent, bro. He has bro. I'm
talking. Nationality Oba is
Nigerian.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because like now that I've heard him do proper like promo and shit, I was like, "Where's this boy from, man?" Like,
by the way, I think he's getting hella pushed if he gets to the main.
I reckon they put him on the main roster already if like they could.
I wouldn't be shocked if he lost and moved on already, bro.
Yeah, well, that's generally what happens around WrestleMania season with the NXT champions, man. Yeah, imagine like him and Braun and him and Fatu and heaps of them, bro. But yeah, he's mad. What is it? What do they call him? Destroyer of Worlds? Something like that?
I don't fucking know. Neither do I fucking care. But yeah, bro, listen, I'm probably NXT's on now anyway, and I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's
but yeah, I'll probably watch what happens on YouTube later. But bro, listen, I need to go because I have to eat before I done Fajr and all that stuff. It's Ramadan still. I mean, so yeah, man, guys, listen, and you have your own thing to do anyway. Are you streaming now?
No, I'm not streaming right now. No, I'm not going to bother streaming any of this until like we're on top of fucking all of it. we've both got good enough technical that we can both stream it, but more until it gets you more viewers and subs, will I start streaming it on my end, bro? Like, I might as well just advertise it and bring my people in for you rather than stream it
to redirect
and take away some traffic. Oh yeah, no, I've got a stream set up. It's set up. You could do a redirect to it.
Now, at this
as soon as we're done here, I'll be booting it up.
All right, then we redirect to you. Then done. Well, where's your?
All right. But yeah, look, you can always have a fucking full-on, honest, open discussion with me, bro. And I'm not gonna like
we're having it in a sensible way, so that's why there's no animosity, bro.
Yeah.
Even though, you know what I mean, like my main thing is if you hear me and I hear you, where it's all calm, bro.
Yeah,
but I know,
and I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong on anything, bro.
Everyone's different,
but that's what makes the dynamic of this even better too. Like, 100% makes the dynamic of this even better.
Wow, I don't find your stream, to be honest.
And even don't stress. It's all good. Even Liam, I do genuinely like the dude. Just the rare stuff. But I do like Liam. He probably thinks I hate him, but I do like Liam. I like his banter. I like his attitude. I like his opinions on wrestling.
Oh no, actually, I just found it. It's a GT7.
Kaz is cooking. Kaz is cooking.
Yeah, found it. We're redirecting to this one. Yeah, 3:38. My time. There. Boom. I put on redirect. So yeah, guys.
Yeah, I'll be like live in 5 minutes. I'm just gonna have a quick smoke, and then I'll be there.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, but yeah, let's hope we get a better week this week, man. I mean, I hope even NXT is good today. NXT I usually watch in the afternoons, like after I'm done streaming. But yeah, I'm very let down by both of them this week, bro. It was an average quiet week in wrestling, you know, when all we've got to talk about is promos and AI videos. It was a pretty average week in wrestling, bro. So
that's why there's more criticisms than there are, and there's more sketchy conversations than usual.
No, I mean it's interaction, bro. It's interaction, and it's coming from two people who genuinely love it and believe it. So
anyway, I would tell you go subscribe to Jester, but we're redirecting to him anyway. So you may do on the
come say hello, guys.
He's streaming.
You're gonna be on FIFA later or tomorrow or.
It depends if I can sleep, or if not, I'll just set up a quick stream.
I'll be doing FIFA tomorrow. Like, I'd already be on around this time tomorrow. So, like, if you're on your usual time for FIFA, I could send to you when I'm done.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Oh, I don't even have to. If I see you on, I'll do it though, bro. Because I've been doing all right. I've been getting 15, 20 people watching FIFA. So, but I'll if you're on, like, I'll send one through to that, because I'll probably do that for 3 or 4 hours. Then I'll get on racing in the afternoon.
Yeah, say no more. Anyway, guys, we're gonna end it here. But subscribe.
See you later, mate.
And go check out Jester now. We're gonna redirect them and take care. See you later.
See you on the next week.
Oh.